Coming back soon, if we're not already back. Sorry about that, chat. Sometimes OBS just likes to stop for some reason. For no reason, really. But type moo if you can hear me. Ah, there you go. I already see one. Party was getting started. You should know that when I leave the room, I come back quick. Anyways, sorry about that. That's become pretty normal with OBS recently, and I still don't know why. I haven't been able to find a reason why it just suddenly ups and stops sending any information. I might have to go into the advanced settings and see if I can do something about it. Alright, let's continue with what we were doing. Talk to a religious guy. Don't you like how I describe quests in the most literal way? Yes, I'm aware the stream is also very pixelated. You know, my internet sucks apparently. They never want to do what they're supposed to do. Here's one little annoyance I do have. Well, never mind. It's not actually a real annoyance. I keep forgetting this isn't an actual, building that has to load. I was about to say, I was like, why don't you just point the, the icon at the door rather than where he's at inside the building? He's like, oh wait, because buildings aren't separate from the world. A lot of streamers have been saying OBS has been having issues recently, so at least you know you're not alone. Yeah, I kind of figured that, because I haven't changed anything with my OBS, but it just randomly stops every once in a while. But the blurriness is my internet issue, and that is on my ISP.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Yeah, I got your damn book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
This is also a man who probably hates invisible letters. Am I thinking of switching platform to Mixer for my streams? Not unless they're willing to pay me $1 million for a year, like they are with the other guys. That would probably convince me, I gotta say. But I doubt that would be happening. You didn't want that book to keep the others from reading it, you just wanted it for yourself.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal...
French is a very moany language.
Plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers.
Nothing but degenerates speak it.
Desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing.
And it was just up the road, how about that? You didn't look very hard.
Wasted.
At least you still have your mission work here to give your life meaning, and giving your life a meaningful purpose. Why did you think the books held the secrets you were looking for?
Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there.
Sometimes I feel like that while streaming. I mean, you guys are awesome.
But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Well, you're not exactly the preacher from Firefly, but I guess we need one. Could be a beneficial arrangement. You need a ride out of town, I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my...
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to be a companion.
Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
That's all part of Valkyr training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
This was listed as a companion quest. I wasn't paying attention to it, obviously. Since you're playing Ghost Recon Wildlands at highest difficulty, you die in 1 or 2 shots. The channel said, oh, you're training extreme stealth mode, I see. Same happened to me, even though it was a game without stealth when I played Halo on Legendary.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
How'd you get assigned to prison duty?
It's the journal of one of the originators of the Philosopher's School of Thought, though it would be more than a century before it was perverted into that belief system. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of that came later. Bakonu had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be...
This guy just found a Warhammer 40k, rule book, and he thinks it's religion. It's like this heretical screed about chaos. And something about the Emperor of mankind.
Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth.
You're bummed you can't romance Keanu in Cyberpunk. He's just a hologram, though, that lives in your head.
And that's the long and short of it.
He's an internal Keanu.
What do you think?
Sounds good. You're welcome to the team.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind.
This guy, the way he looks, and the smoker's voice he has, kind of reminds me of Mandalore from KOTOR. So I guess he'll join us later on, but not right now.
I'll meet you on the ship when you're ready to depart from Emerald Vale, Captain.
All right, cool. All right, we can also turn in that medicine to that lady while we're still back in town. This one, which one was it? No, not that. Okay, those are completed, so. Botched. I didn't botch any yet, though. Turn in the medicine. You found the medicine cache of experimental anthracolysin. This could be useful to someone. Two different people to give it to.
Something got you down?
Nothing.
Is that you talking?
Something you need?
Oh, no. Thought you had something new to say. Who should we give this to, Chad? The old dying man or the lady who wants to help more people stay alive? I mean, he's probably only got a year or two left, even with the medicine. Or we can give it to her and maybe save a lot more lives. You know what? I am the scoundrelly rogue type, so I'm gonna like, that's my logic too. I was like, he'll be dead soon. She'll probably pay more too.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Plague must have gone into their brain matter.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
I got that medicine you were after.
Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types.
Right, I'm a smuggler. Okay, we got, not that simple. You want my silence? You're gonna have to buy it. Charm. Never. That's harsh. At least leave me something to remember you by. Oh, I like that one. We're the rogue. We're the rogue after all.
You do have some cheek on you. Lucky for you, I kept a little contingency fee in case you tried to negotiate with me.
Who are you giving that medicine to?
Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
Oh, that one girl we talked to. Oh, good on you, girl. T&L makes the best gear for your friends and family. Companion perks. Your companion is leveled up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger. See, I made the right choice. Okay, what is she? A perk. 30% base health, 30% threat generated. Increases the amount of threat this companion generates when attacking enemies, making them more likely to attack this companion. I don't think she's tanky enough to be the tank. Decreases, you make her the anti-tank too. Bonus support engineering. 10 increases your engineering skill when Pavarti is in the party. What do you think, chat? Should we make her less of a threat, or give her 30% base health? Multiple Ubisoft games are delayed because of the shit show of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I didn't know they had actually officially delayed anything. I heard that they were definitely disappointed by that game. I think I'll give her just more health. Works for me. Alright, so we got time, I think, to do one more thing, as long as my internet doesn't die on me again, like it looks like it's about to. So, let's go deliver the message. That'd be a good stopping point. Ubisoft is known for their stellar choices. So, when is Watch Dogs 3 coming out now? I don't really mind that being delayed, because it was already due to come out in a very kind of bloated part of the year. I'm glad some of these games are actually like Last of Us 2, that's getting delayed. I'm kind of happy for that, even though I know a lot of other people aren't. Because there's a lot of shit already. What are the games that they have coming out, though? Ubisoft, I mean, Watch Dogs 3, and then they haven't officially announced their new Assassin's Creed. You want a remake of the Prince of Persia trilogy? It will not happen because Ubisoft doesn't actually own Prince of Persia. That's owned by the guy who created it, and he still owns it. And he apparently has some bad blood with them now. So, I would not expect that to ever, see the light of day again. I don't think even he's interested in working on it anymore. It's a good thing Nintendo wanted to restart production of Metroid Prime 4. Well, after the last Metroid Prime game was released and everyone made fun of them, yeah, it probably was the right decision to make. You don't want another one of those Samus, gets bossed around by some random dude for 12 hours. And obsesses over a, mother. I'm a mother. Metroid Prime 3 was great. It wasn't bad, but I couldn't get into it due to the motion controls. That was Other M, that's what I'm talking about. That was the last Metroid game. Metroid... Let me talk slower, see if that helps. That was the last Metroid Prime game to come out. And it was not well received. The day Bayonetta 3 comes out is the day you buy a Nintendo Switch. Well, I think there's a lot of other good reasons to buy a Switch. It actually, as a console with an identity, I think is a pretty good option for what you get with it. It makes a lot of sense to own one to me, even though I haven't made the greatest use of mine. What was Other M? It was that Metroid game made by Team Ninja, I think, and it was really weird. It was like a prequel kind of game, but not in a good way. And Samus was constantly just following some random guy's orders. And she's like, I have to do what Adam says, or whatever his name was. Adam, give me permission to use my weapons, Adam. Can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. Well, we're probably still... Well, I'm gonna guess it's probably just gonna be more Breath of the Wild. Just with a few extra things. It's probably gonna be like a Majora's Mask type game where you get the game you already know, but some new stuff here and there. I mean, that's not bad, but I think if you've played Breath of the Wild already, you're just gonna be getting more of that. You see, when Nintendo, picks up on a winning formula for a Zelda game, they stick with it for several iterations and don't really change. That's why you had basically every Zelda after, Ocarina of Time played pretty much like Ocarina of Time in most, every way. And just had a few different things here and there. So Breath of the Wild was the first big different one. So they'll play like that for a while. They might just change the art style and eventually move on to a different Link in Zelda. Why am I suddenly so in-depth in my descriptions of things? Must be the sleepiness. Let's pray that my internet, works properly tomorrow. Wait, I got some more skill points? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Range. Let's get range up to 20. And then we'll put more points. We probably don't need to put points into dialogue much longer. We're at 40 with that competent. Scramble durations +7. Nice. Oh, this will actually make my Tesla gun even better. Which is, I'm assuming that's what I'm currently carrying. I get that to 40. Revert. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now, actually. So, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, let's put the rest into its range. Time dilation location hits. You have unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TTT remains. Cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see a different effect. There is a lot of depth to this combat that isn't quite obvious until later on. I like it. You hope it's as dark as they say it is? Don't trust Nintendo when they say their Zelda game is going to be dark. I remember that being said about Twilight Princess. And it turned out to be, oh, it's another Zelda game. I mean, if you're expecting like Link to start beheading people, I think you're looking at the wrong game.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I'm not here for trouble. I would love it if this game just had like a Preston Garvey-like character come out to make a joke.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here.
I like her
Move
jacket.
along.
I'm looking for Adelaide.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said something about former workers living out in the wilderness. I'm looking for the geothermal plant. Know anything about it?
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna
Hey,
start
Gabby,
wandering
welcome
around my
back.
camp, know that I got my sights.
Other
on
end was
ya.
melodramatic and sexist as hell. I don't think many people can argue with that one. It was just weird, is all it was. It's like, why is Samus just being letting yourself be bossed around? Where can I find Adelaide? Yeah, where is Lady?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense.
Your friend said
but
this is how
I
you
got
make a
lot
fucking
on my
Fallout
mind.
game? Yeah, that's what everyone says. It's pretty much what they want Fallout to be, but wasn't.
You don't know what enough with the questions means?
And it does feel like a really good
No,
Fallout.
I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago.
Now if only we can get a
Just
really
up
good
and
Elder
vanished
Scrolls,
without a
that's not
trace.
Elder Scrolls.
Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I can tell. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Is it just me, or does this lady sound like she's trying to sound like a guy?
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas.
Like when you see a really
Wanted to
cheesy
see what
movie
the
where you
fuss
have
was
some girl
about.
dressing up as a guy, this is the sound of the voice they make. And they're like trying to drop their voice down low to what they think a guy sounds like.
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Mary and Black Flag.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent.
Hey, remember when she,
Imagine where she's
used her own
gone.
blood as
Hell's a
lipstick just to
wide
prove that she
place.
was a woman?
She could be anywhere.
When it totally wasn't necessary?
Could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can.
I already know it all.
What is it?
I guess we can go check her room real quick. Seems like a nice little place. How else are you gonna prove Mary was a badass hardcore person? By having her do badass hardcore thing. No, just like let her hair down and like, oh, that isn't enough to show that I'm a woman. Here, let me put some lipstick on. Oh, shit.
It's so pretty.
Say nothing. Be careful about that whole stealing thing.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
This doesn't look like an older person. This looks like a younger person with some kind of skin disease that's making their face sag. It looks off. These character creators just cannot do old age very well, can they? You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
No thank you. Is this your greenhouse? Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery, that's about it. Something about coming back to town or losing power.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I needed to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery.
Oh, well, you seem like such a sweet old lady. Now you want me to, like, destroy an entire town. I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I want to fix my ship. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a
You gotta head to
town of
bed?
your
Good
own
night, Jim.
hands.
I'll be going to bed soon, too.
Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends
Wow,
them.
my internet is really good right now. Thank you, internet. I don't much like you throwing that in her face to get me to side on your side. That's actually good dialogue.
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry,
basically
dear.
Megaton. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed is trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I'm wondering if there's a way you can make both sides happy by making them get back together. Or work together, people, like you're supposed to. There's gotta be. It's probably the harder one to get, though. But we'll do that tomorrow if I play more of this game tomorrow. But for tonight, I think we're gonna call it there. My internet is just such shit right now that it's like the stream has died twice already, so like most people have gone to bed. So I think that's a good place to stop while before it gets worse. Hopefully everything's more stable tomorrow. Anyways, you guys have been great tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little while. Hope I managed to get a couple, good moments out of you. Anyone who's new, thank you for joining my stream, and I hope you at least liked what you saw. If you haven't hit that follow button, make sure you hit that follow button up above. And if you want to join my Discord, you can scroll down and hit that Discord button and join my Discord group. That way you continue the conversation as long as you like. Thank you to my mods as well. Thank you to anyone who donated bits or subscribed. And yeah, we're going to call it there. So, I wish you all a good night or a good morning, whatever time zone you have to be in. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace, everyone.